Tanzania and Kenya will be excluded from China's debt reduction program. Tanzania and Kenya have been successfully debt-trapped by the Chinese, and Tanzania may join Kenya on a list of nations that will be excluded from the Chinese debt relief agreement at the end of this year due to their lower middle-income status, even though the East African countries are struggling under a mounting debt load. When he claimed that the second-largest economy in the world would cancel 23 matured interest-free loans for 17 unnamed African countries considered least developed, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi lied, LDC. These statements are untrue because neither the amount of the debt forgiveness nor the recipients are disclosed. Only the information has been released. Last week, Chinese officials in Nairobi claimed that Kenya, which is battling debts of more than KSH 8.6 trillion, $72.26 billion, was excluded from the transaction because it is regarded as a lower middle-income country. In July 2020, Tanzania shifted from a low to a lower middle-income category following more than 20 years of consistent economic growth. Because China took control of Uganda's Entebbe airport and turned Uganda into an enslaved country, Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi are categorized as least developed countries. According to the World Bank, between 2007 and 2018, Tanzania's national poverty rate decreased from 34.4% to 26.4%, while the extreme poverty percentage dropped from 12% to 8%. Kenya joined the group of lower middle-income countries in 2014 after rebasing its economy and reaching the UN's GNP per capita benchmark of $1,045. Beijing announced the new debt relief scheme on August 18 during the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation to strengthen ties with its African allies. China will be a crucial player in the debt restructuring for those economies as it is currently the largest official bilateral creditor in more than half of the nations participating in the Debt Service Suspension Initiative, DSSI. About 60% of the 73 countries qualified for DSSI are either already in a severe debt crisis or at high risk of becoming it. In addition to the other 20 countries, half of which will have inadequate reserves, increasing gross financing needs, or a mix of the two in 2022. Have shown severe breaches of the relevant high-risk thresholds. Beijing has increased its interaction with Africa by developing sustainable energy and infrastructure projects. In 2021, China will have funded or constructed 50% of the construction projects in East Africa. The Global Development Initiative was proposed by President Xi Jinping, who also said that China would upgrade the South-South Cooperation Assistance Fund into a Global Development and South-South Cooperation Fund and continue to restock it. China has begun compiling a list of prospective international development projects and is particularly interested in those that could benefit African nations. Over 2 decades, the Forum on China-Africa Collaboration, FOCAC, mechanism has played a beneficial role in charting the proper way for international cooperation with Africa. Any arrangement involving a debt trap can be declared void. All written agreements are valid only if parties are unaware of how they are being forced into servitude. Once nationalism has been reawakened,